Welcome to the Peet Reet Show. We're on location, as you can obviously tell.
Yes.
One of the most beautiful locations in Niagara. A hidden secret, a hidden gem. Actually, they're reconstructing.
Don't tell anybody where we are, because I don't want them to come.
No, you know what? We're not going to tell you where we're at.
Trade secret.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we have Korby Banner with us. Now, Korby, if you didn't know, is actually the great-great-grandson of Bruce Banner, the famed nuclear physicist. Yeah, the Hulk. No, he's not. I'm lying. I'm lying. It's not true. It's not true at all.
You're making it up now.
I'm green
Making it up.
I'm green with envy.
See, that's last year's color. So we're talking about making it up, and we're talking about makeup.
That's all we've been doing all morning.
Yeah, so I mean, we've got makeup on. You can't tell with Rita, because I mean, well, yeah.
I look gorgeous, darling.
What he's done is he's exemplified all her fine features. I had some makeup put on today because I'm just basically drab and boring. But you know what?
You should look so. You look so much better with makeup on.
I should
wear it all the time.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't be seen without it.
Is that directed at me?
But Korby has done some amazing people. Tell us some of the people that you've done makeup for.
Well, my resume is quite varied from film to modeling industry, but I've worked with Tyra Banks and Claudia Schiffer, and the models have taken photographs of Harrison Ford and Johnny Depp, and I've had a good resume. I don't always do makeup, but I always direct what's happening.
So you're not just doing makeup, because you're also a great photographer who's done some amazing stuff. But you take photography, makeup, combine it with a little digital magic, and you become like a visual artist, right?
Well, yes, I actually went into makeup after doing years of photo retouching because I didn't want to touch up the photos so much. The client said, if you can do eyebrows and lip liner that well on the photo, why don't you just do it on the model before and save all the photo retouching in post? And I love that. But it gives me a chance to get to know the person when I'm doing the makeup. So I actually have a chance to connect with them and find out their sense of humor and establish a rapport before I shoot them.
Or not. Their sense of humor.
99% of the time it's all good.
Well, you know, I don't often get makeup. I get a little bit of makeup, but you know, he makes it so it's like, you women love it, right? You just love sitting there and getting it. And we guys were like, just let's get to the meat and potatoes and get this done. It's like, no, you gotta have some makeup on because it's shiny and hot today, right?
For men, it's the necessary evil.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But I'm finding this must be special makeup because in this heat, I'm feeling rather cool.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't weigh you down. It's very light.
Yeah, the technology of makeup's changed a lot in the years. We're using minerals that breathe. We're not using the chalky, gummy stuff of the yesteryears.
Yeah,
closes
like
your pores
it's
and makes you
caked
old.
on.
Exactly.
Yeah, caked on. But I'm so honored to actually have this man do my makeup because of the people that you've done makeup for and taken pictures of, which you're going to be doing with us today.
Yes,
which
we'll be doing a photo session after. That's the excitement for me.
Yeah, it's so exciting for us too. I mean, wow.
Yeah, I'll be honest, because you know I get so nervous about everything. I get nervous about being on TV,
So
on our radio show.
You do not.
No, he doesn't.
And makeup. So, I mean, but stills, honestly, truthfully, and I'm not even lying about this one, stills make me nervous. I had a hard time sleeping last night.
A lot of actors are that way too. They say, give me a script and a line and I can perform well when I'm being filmed. If I'm just being me in front of a camera, I'd just go all wooden and stiff.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I always make people emote. I make people sing and perform for me so that they're expressing something, even if it's just a note. When the sound coming out, there's a vibration and your eyes sparkle and the shape of your lips look natural. If someone says, I never say smile, because then people,
Yeah,
it's
it looks
very forced
phony.
and grinny.
Yep.
And cheese never worked for me.
Unless you're a mouse, you're not going to get excited about cheese. I say energy, absolutely. Martini.
No.
Well, that would make me excited.
That would make really excited and really good picture.
Yeah, anything that ends
Margarita.
with an E.
That would work too.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was basically born and wanted to be a broadcaster. That's the truth. I really was. I came into the world as soon as I could spell my name, which took many, many years.
A broad chaser?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Did you wake up wanting to be a photographer and a makeup artist?
I loved it. My dad was a good photographer, and when I was 15, he gave me my camera. By the time I was 16, I was the president of the camera club in school and doing the annuals for the school. I loved it. And then the makeup came from my mom, who's an artist, And I was always drawing and painting, new color harmony, shading and contouring and highlighting, all that stuff came naturally from osmosis. And then the girlfriends that I had in high school would ask me, what color eyeshadow should I wear? And I always knew how to pick the right colors because it just goes in harmony with the palette that they had. They'd say, this will suit you, this will flatter you, this will compliment you. And so I got a little reputation before I'd even graduated from high school of being kind of a visual expert of good taste.
Of women.
I know what he was really doing. He was making the woman he wanted.
Yeah, perfection.
I was transforming them all into Barbara Eden.
Oh, now you're talking.
Yeah.
I Dream of Jeannie and who didn't, right?
Yeah,
Of course, me too.
We actually got to interview her. She's a lovely lady.
My first celebrity crush, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, please. Her and Elizabeth Montgomery from
Oh,
New
of
York.
course.
Oh, she's beautiful.
I still watch them on reruns.
Oh,
Yeah.
love it.
I've seen the episode how many times, but I still chuckle with it.
I wish I could wiggle the nose, though, you know?
I'd rather just...
Yeah.
Well, you know, we did the interview with her.
Yeah.
And at the end of the interview, she said, I got to go. And she
She
blinked
did that.
and she was gone.
And she's gone.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I met her once in an airport. We missed a plane together, so I spent 45 minutes with her. She was a doll.
Isn't she?
She's an absolute sweetheart.
Yeah.
She's probably one of the nicest people you ever want to meet.
And kindness and
yeah.
her genuine warmth
Exactly.
come through. I think that's her real beauty. It emanates from inside.
And that's why it worked on camera.
Yes,
and
of
that's
course.
why the producer, when they first started the show and they asked her to come in, she was pregnant. She goes, well, I guess I can't do the show. They said, no, we're going to work around that.
Yeah, that's
So
awesome.
they had her draped with different things and covered
That's
her.
so cool.
Last week, we were invited to go to Hollywood. We couldn't. We were invited to her birthday party at the Hollywood Museum. She's
Oh, my God.
88 years young.
She looks amazing.
She actually looks amazing. It's
She
true.
does.
I
And-
met her 6 or 7 years ago. She still looked fantastic. What was interesting that she said, I told her when I was growing up, I thought you were the most beautiful woman in the world. And she goes, you know, when I was that age, I was so critical of myself. But now that she was 70-something at the time when I met her. And she said, now that I look back on those films, I really was something, wasn't I?
Yeah, she was.
So loved.
Definitely
All the
was.
people that you've interviewed or, done makeup for or shot camera, which person most stands out in your mind besides Barbara?
Tracy Ullman.
Really?
Yeah, because she could be, it's like having a dozen different characters to shoot. She could turn around and come back 20 pounds heavy with no makeup, no costume change, just with the way she manipulates her features and face. She could look 20 years younger or older and 20 pounds heavier or lighter, just with her posture and her expression and what she does with her face. Absolutely riveting.
Wow.
Amazing, amazing. You know, what's going to happen? I mean, I look at Rita here, and I mean, this makeup you've done for outside, for outdoors, knowing she's going to be in the sun and stuff, right? So and for television, like this is complex. This took a while. What I'm afraid of right now is that you're going to go home, your husband's going to go,
Who the heck's in my house?
first of all, how'd you get in my house? Second of all, I'm not married, but you can stay.
I think I'll take him out to dinner. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Might as well show it off while I got it on.
So,
Well, the nicest compliment I ever had was from a mature model, and she said, when I came home and my husband kept looking at me, not a word, he says, honey, skip the dishes tonight, let's just go to bed.
forget about eating too.
That's
you
awesome.
So the reason I bring that up is because makeup for everyday makeup is a whole lot different than TV makeup, film makeup.
Yes. Well, what's happened is that the line is becoming smaller. And it used to be a wide gap. Television could be quite crude makeup because it was pixelated and people didn't see detail. These days with 4K and high-def TV, they're demanding cinema quality makeup because you come in on a close-up, you can count pores on the face. So if the eyebrows aren't in place or the lip liner's crooked, all these things show up more so now than in the old days of television. So it's actually making the makeup artists have to really step it up. And
Yeah.
the product technology too, to not look so cakey as well. That's why they've developed the thinner products with more coverage that don't leave that chalky film.
Because we were interviewing a star in Hollywood back in May. Won't say her name, okay? But she had just come from shooting,
Yes.
Yeah.
just come from the set, and she had a ton of makeup on, and she had a
Oh.
guy fixing her. I mean, you looked there and went, oh my
Scary.
goodness. It was
Yeah,
su-
very scary.
Then the pictures came back, and the video came back. She
looked
looked
great.
amazing.
Yes, no, it's actually true. With the lighting, you can get away with a lot more once you light it. You got a key light on it and everything kind of blurs out and erases all the all the techniques that are for camera disappear, and then you just get the final image. And you look so much younger, which is incredible. You can take someone who's actually mature, and if you light them and make them up properly, you can take 2 decades off.
Wow.
Now, what about bone structure? Does that play a lot? Can you work around bone structure? Because some people on camera, seriously, they look good. You take them off, they don't look the same. Some people who look really good, you put them on camera and they don't look good.
That's true. Well, who's photogenic has nothing to do with what you perceive in real life. Bone structure is everything for camera because you can light it so many different ways if you have a good bone structure. I can cheat it a lot. I can create a firmer jawline with contour, higher cheekbones. I can do a lot making a wider nose more sculptured. And that all works well on camera. But
somebody should have told Michael Jackson that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an extreme example.
Oh, yeah, very.
But I think the real beauty comes through in the expression more than the features. The people that have most connected with me emoted something that was indefinable, that it wasn't about their features or their symmetry. It was about the expression and the sparkle in their eyes, the shape of their smile, that it makes you feel something. Beauty is really reflective. True beauty makes you feel something, you're not just seeing something, you're feeling something.
Right.
I honestly believe that.
Yeah, and if you connect the two, then you're having a great day, right?
Yeah, someone like that, I'd say Claudia Schiffer was that. I was just enchanted with her when I first started working with her. I worked with her for 7 years under the Revlon contract. And every time we did a session together, there was magic. There was something indefinable. She had something that exuded that was beyond her features.
Yeah.
Do you think there's something that women do, what's the one thing, if you had to say, that women do wrong when putting makeup on?
The wrong color schools. They pick colors that aren't in their harmony with their natural undertones. The way to actually check it is that you have to look at the interior of your lip like this, and it's either going to be orangey, which means you're warm, or more purpley, which means you're cool. And if you're cool, you have to stay with colors like raspberry pink, and then if you're warmer, it'd be more terracotta and rust. So when someone uses colors in their own, when they do makeup in their own undertones, it always looks natural and they look more refreshed. If they do it in the wrong colors, they look painted and hard.
Yeah. So what color am I?
Well, I cheat you because you color your hair.
Oh, okay.
So you're actually not, but it's still within a cooler zone. I would never put you in orangey lipstick, for example.
Right. And that's funny that you say that because every time I go to the store, I tend to gravitate towards an orangier lipstick, and then I get it home and I hate it.
Exactly, because it clashes.
Yeah.
And also certain lip colors make your teeth look yellow.
Right.
So it has to be the right shade of red. There's undertones that can be seen in the veins in the eyelid and things. I'm very detailed with makeup color selection. People always say, oh, I want this color when they see it.
Yeah.
I always seem to be able to pick that right shade that makes the eyes look bluer, the eyes look greener. It enhances it. For example, green eyes look best with complementary colors. A plum or a purpley eyeshadow is the exact opposite of green, so it makes the green really pop when you have plum beside it. But it's all designed. None of it's sort of a little smudge of this and a dab of that. It's all very designed, and there's a science to beauty. From doing photo retouching, photography, and makeup, I can tell you that you can take a very plain person and make them look absolutely extraordinary with the proper makeup and angles. And again, you can take someone who's typically, let's say, stereotypically mannequin beautiful features, and they look like crap in pictures.
Yeah.
Because they're not lit well or they're angled wrong. Someone who has beautiful bone structure, but it looks hard in pictures if it's not lit or angled properly. So it's all a matter of getting all the points right. Good makeup, good lighting, good angles, and then the magic is a great expression. That's the key.
Yeah, I think too, a lot of times people thought, especially back a decade ago, you had to flood a lot of light in there and soften it, right?
Yes.
But shadowing and natural shadows are actually things that you can use to...
That's a very interesting point. That's true. There was a school of thought of just blasting everything out and overlighting things, using giant softboxes to fill in completely shadowless lighting, but then it lacked dimension and drama. So I've gone back to, for example, my last photo session I did of Mag Ruffman, and I did Hollywood spotlights to create an era look, and it was absolutely beautiful. And I said, why haven't I been using my spotlights? Because it created such magic to have those deep, rich shadows.
Yeah. There's somebody you worked with in television, and you were on the show. I think it was Wednesdays you were on the show, right?
Yeah.
And you tell a great story, but we'll kind of change the exact ending of what she said, but share that story with us.
In a clean way?
How do you G-rate a story? Yeah. Okay, I got it. I
knew you would.
Okay, I was on the Dini show for almost 10 years doing a makeover segment. And when I'd finish her makeup, there's always a celebrity guest having their makeup on beside her. And so just to kind of raise their eyebrows and get the ball rolling, I'd say, "Oh, you finished the makeup?" And she'd hold up the mirror and look. Wow, I'd do me.
But just add your own ideas of what it could have been.
There's
and that's what it was.
Language in there.
Now, I loved it though, because the biggest compliment you could say is that I really like myself. So it's a backhanded compliment.
Absolutely.
Because most people are overly critical of themselves. So if you get to the point where you're thinking, wow, I'm loving who I see in the mirror, that's great.
My sad thing right now is I love who I look like right now, but I'll never be able to recreate it.
Oh, I varnished it. It's forever.
Oh, it's permanent?
That's a forever.
Sweet.
Actually, I want to tell you the truth on camera now. This isn't actually Rita, it's her brother Jim Carrey.
That's great makeup artistry then.
Yeah, that's
the mask.
amazing.
That's a mask.
You even shrunk them.
All right, it's time for truth. Okay.
Okay.
You know, we tell the truth on our show. We've been asked, who was probably the worst person we ever interviewed on TV?
Oh, I hate that question. Who's the most
And
Yeah,
then
you don't want to
person?
say.
No, you don't, because your publicist will rail you.
Yeah.
we answered the question because it was true. And then just the other day on our radio show, the Peet Reet Hollywood Hot Shots, if you haven't caught that yet, we were talking to Bruce Blackman, who is the lead singer and writer of Starbuck. Do you remember the band Starbuck, Moonlight Feels Right?
Yes, okay.
Okay.
Right.
So he was telling us background stories about KC, and KC wasn't nice. to him.
Nice. He was not nice.
Not at all. So was there anybody that kind of rocked your boat the wrong way? And
Well,
But you still had to work with them.
I've had very few celebrity people that rub me the wrong way, because I think people at the top of the industry have had to work hard and have a team of people to support them. They're usually really decent people. The people I've had problems with sometimes with ego are the soap stars in New York who wish they were movie stars, and they throw a lot of attitude around because they feel insecure because they know that I've already photographed the top movie stars in the world. So in order to make themselves feel better, they'll start being attitudey and snooty and doing all the wrong things and letting the ego come through. I can spot it right away when someone's like that, though.
Yeah.
I just laugh it off.
That's not really good for them, because you could really ruin them by, taking the photos. Hey, this person's being a pain in my neck.
Or you
Okay,
could
I'll
just-
make you look bad.
Well, yeah, you can just take a shot of them laughing with a double chin and
Yeah,
it's over.
exactly, right?
most definitely. You have a lot of fun doing what you do, though. You love what you do, quite obviously.
I love it when there's a lawnmower going.
Well, he was teaching us something, that any kind of sound, especially when you're out shooting live, because you never know what's going to happen, right? That you got to start moving to it. It's kind of hard to move to a lawnmower, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
All I can say is the wrong kind of grass.
Oh, well, we did have them going there a while ago. I was hoping it was going to
yeah.
happen because they're pile driving some stuff back here. They're putting a big building
And he
on
was dancing
wherever we
away.
happened to be, and he was doing a dance to it, and it actually
Rhythmical.
made it bearable.
I used to actually live in a small apartment when I first started out, and I had to go to a public laundromat, and I have no radio, there's no iPods in those days, so I'd actually start grooving to the sound of the washing machine. Chuk, 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 chuk. You would look at me, but you can actually get a little bit of percussion track going to almost any mechanical noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. And, then it doesn't drive you nuts as much.
And it sounded better than a lot of rap.
Ooh!
Dig!
Dig,
Uh-oh.
diss.
Now, do you do anything where people can watch stuff on YouTube or on the internet somewhere where you help them get through some makeup ideas?
Well, I do have my own YouTube channel with videos that I've done. I'm doing a lot more tutorials, and I'll be launching a lot more this year because I'm involved with some really exciting upcoming projects with makeup. And I love sharing the gift of beauty, because it really is a gift when someone can gain confidence and self-esteem through a few makeup tricks. And everything that I do, I try to make sure that people learn. I don't just apply makeup and send them on their way. I teach everyone who sits in front of me comes out a better makeup artist.
Yeah, very good.
There is a video that I was talking to you earlier about on his YouTube that is phenomenal. It's a lady, I don't remember her name, she has cancer, lost all her hair, and he did all her makeup and everything, and she walked out of there looking spectacular. It was so inspiring.
Thank you
to
so
watch.
much. That was
it really
Anne-Marie.
was. Anne-Marie, yeah.
But the thing that is most important is that she came out feeling better and more confident in herself, and it opened up a new lease to her, because she says, you know what? She was, okay, I don't have hair, but I'm still gorgeous.
Absolutely.
And she was.
Absolutely.
And she was
Definitely.
beautiful when she came in, but she didn't think so. I thought she was beautiful even with no makeup on, because her eyes were like to die for. But I think that when you lose your hair and you lose your eyebrows and your definition, and people are going, oh my God, what's wrong with you?
It's part of who you are.
It is. It's very devastating. But everything that builds your self-esteem and your strength from daily challenges is going to make you happier. And I think the road to beauty is, can't miss the happiness road. It's a big part of being beautiful and feeling beautiful is health and wellness and how you feel about yourself.
Absolutely. Without your health and that, you can't do anything.
It's what people perceive with you.
Yep.
And you have to be strong, and we all have challenges, and you have to rise above it.
Yeah.
And then just have those moments where you feel beautiful and brings you all back again, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm having a beautiful day today.
Are you ready to get your pictures done?
I am.
Well, before we do that, though, because we're going to go out and get pictures done, let's roll some video.
Okay.
About, show them what you were doing with us before we got on here and started to look so really good. So let's have a quick look at that. Oh man. See, now that makes me nervous. See, when I look at myself and there I'm getting...
I know, I'm watching him put the makeup on, I'm like, oh wow, I can't do that.
I'm going to be hypercritical. I like the flat lighting in the shade better.
Yeah, me
you know,
too.
and we were going to shoot in the shade, except it's so bright out here and so beautiful that it would actually
lose your background.
Yeah, we'd lose our background. And we wanted you to see some of the beautiful
Maybe we can
Yeah.
edit in some of the still pictures.
Yeah,
maybe we can.
Absolutely.
It's Peet and Reet here, of course,
Yeah.
with our guest Korby Banner.
Thank you for having me. It's been a blast.
No, it's been a real pleasure. And we're actually sitting somewhere on the edge of Lake Ontario. So if you look back there and you see some of that mountainous region back there, we are somewhere on Lake Ontario. Korby, it was a pleasure.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
I'm actually looking forward to this shoot.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It's going to be fun.
And don't forget, you can check us out on the Peet Reet YouTube channel. We're at 4680q.ca if you're looking for any podcasts. And most of our stuff goes to podcasts. We'd love you to join us. And of course, on Wednesdays, we do this live on several networks, but closest to where we are here is 4680q.ca, 3:30 to 4:30 every Wednesday. It's called Hollywood Hot Shots with Peet and Reet. It's on the...
This is a hot shot.
This is a hot shot right here. And it's on the Peet and Reet Worldwide Broadcast Network. How did I remember that?
I don't know.
That's awesome.
We'll see you next time on the Peet and Reet Show. God bless you. That was great.
Awesome.
You know what? You are a master of what you do, and you were excellent at it. Really.
Oh, thank you. I really enjoyed it. Really appreciate it.
All right. And thanks to our human sandbag.
Yeah.
Was that boring?